Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 170 here on season number 2. And today we are getting into the journey of coaching basketball. I mean, more specifically, like my journey coaching basketball over the last 2 to 3 years. For this video, I mean, it's not going to be, I know like most of you guys were probably expecting like a more investment related topic video. Well, like my top video on YouTube or on my YouTube channel, on this YouTube channel, is an actual basketball video. I think it's like how to run a 1-3-1 press or something along those lines. But I really wanted to kind of come out and touch on why there hasn't been a lot of basketball videos in regards to my channel. Like, I know last year when I started the whole season thing, I remember talking about September, October, in a month and 2 months, there's going to be quite a bit more basketball videos that are going to be rolling out, specifically doing with strategy, plays, that kind of thing. That unfortunately didn't really happen last year. I really just wanted to come out and kind of share where exactly I am with coaching, and more specifically coaching basketball. So here's kind of more or less the breakdown. Basically, when I started to help coach, I was the assistant coach, but I was working full time, so it was super hard for me to coach basketball and then work, because basically our practices were at the same time that I was working, because I was working the late shift. So I was working from 11 to 7, and practices were from 4 to 6 or something along those lines. And the only day that I could actually make it was my day off, which was I believe a Wednesday, and then Fridays I could make the games. We played it every single Friday. And so that was great. I think it definitely got my feet wet in regards to specifically coaching basketball. I've coached other sports, and I went and played Division II lacrosse at GCU. So I kind of get very much the gist of sports, and more specifically, I would say the strategy behind sports and cultivating a team. I get that part, but I didn't really understand most of the technical aspects of basketball, and why you can do certain things in basketball and why you can't do them in lacrosse or other sports that would be, I would say, similar. But I get the concepts of playing zone over here and playing zone over there, very, very similar as far as the way that everything kind of operates and rotates. It's just kind of the way that you guard a pass, shot, dribble, drive, all that kind of stuff is going to be a little bit different versus basketball versus lacrosse. So I really understood that quite well. So transferring over was really easy for me. After that season, coming on to the next season, I was asked to be the head coach. And so I was sure, I'm not working full time anymore. I actually quit my job to start my own business. And so I had more free time to go ahead and make that happen. So that year was the year that I really got to, I guess, more or less develop my theory on coaching strategy, all that kind of stuff, and implement a lot of stuff that I've learned in years past with other teams, coaching other sports, and bring that into the game of basketball. And coming from more or less a school that I would say had a system, I am a big believer in having a concrete system, a system that basically any coach can step into and run the dynamics of that system. And so for me, that was my goal that year, was to basically take what I've learned years past from other teams, other schools, other programs, and take all that, bring it here, create a system that would work, and that maybe in 3 to 4 years, once that system is a smooth running machine, is I could leave that program and transfer it over to even a younger person than I am, and he could run a successful program. And from there, I could possibly move on to a different program, bringing the same system from here, fixing it up, making changes, implementing it there, and then so on and so forth, and creating kind of very, very good programs wherever I went. Well, late into that season, we had a very, very successful run. I would say that about halfway through the year, we had most of our athletes start to, I guess, buy into the system. It took, it does take a while to build trust. So just because you're a new coach coming in, you have everything that you know will work, and you're this is what we're gonna do, and it's kind of well, last year we did this, 2 years ago we did this, and it's I know, but this year we have to do this because this is going to work. And so you get kind of that grinding a little bit. But about halfway through the year, it was kind of yo, this guy, we can trust him. He's not here just to be fraud or whatever. He actually has a system. It works. We believe in it. Let's make it happen. Fast forward into the season, great season. some of the players said it was the best season that they've ever had, and that was like seniors, juniors, like, so I was like, oh great, like next year we'll definitely have a even bigger program than we did last year. Well, unfortunately, had a lot of players that were like, we're not going to play basketball again this year, and then we also graduated 3 seniors from our team of, I believe, like 8 or 9 players, and so we dropped down quite a bit. We basically didn't have enough players to field an entire team or to court an entire team or whatever it is, whatever the term is at that point. And so after talking with the president of the school, like I was like, well, this year we just won't have a program, we won't have a season, and then next year maybe we'll get into building a better program and we'll focus more on that. Okay, well great, because I was planning on like maybe talking about some of the instances that I had with my YouTube channel and implementing some strategies and seeing how they worked, and then kind of like giving a report on how this strategy worked versus utilizing that strategy, utilizing this press versus utilizing that press, and when to use both presses and all that kind of stuff. Well, unfortunately, I didn't really get to do that, and so it was kind of like major letdown. I mean, for me, as far as my YouTube channel goes, as far as coaching went, it was kind of a letdown. Like I was really excited about the season, but it didn't really come to fruition. Moving forward, the reason why I'm addressing that right now is that I guess I'm kind of at the state where I realize like maybe going into this winter, we won't have a program. We might have a program. Like that doesn't mean I'm not going to give it my best to, I guess, try to develop a program at the school that I'm coaching at and to build that program this year, contingent upon me having time and then contingent upon like my wife's support. And as far as like YouTube goes, I want to get back into diving into specific basketball, like strategy, coaching, struggles that I've had in other areas with coaching, and then struggles I've had with players, and how to kind of address those issues. And so what I plan on doing with this is maybe like once or twice a month is diving into some basketball related topics, whether that be, like I said, some strategy, or maybe just the current state of basketball as we know it. May it be like current events, different articles, LeBron James going to the Lakers, all that kind of stuff. I do plan on talking about some of that on the actual season videos. It's not going to be my entire season video because I feel like that does a disservice to everybody that followed me because of investments and that kind of stuff, which is still going to be a majority of what I come out with during the month. But I do need to kind of address that just to, I guess, feed that passion that I have for coaching, and then more specifically for basketball. So my hope is that other coaches will take what I'm offering here, implement it into their own system, implement maybe the system that I've created into their coaching style, and that way they can take like a mediocre team to a better winning team, or maybe even to a championship team. I guess we'll just kind of leave it right there. Like, be on the lookout for more basketball related videos. Don't expect every single video to be basketball related. It'll be like maybe like 2 a month, like I said, so once every other week. The next video that I plan on coming out with, I probably will revisit the 1-3-1 press and kind of some different strategies that I had in mind going into last year that I wasn't able to try, but maybe another coach could go ahead and implement those and maybe build off some success that they would have with using those strategies. Let's go ahead and jump into the question of the day, which is, what's one question you can ask someone to find out the most about them? I think for me, like when I really honestly think about that question, I think like, what's your purpose in life? Like that could be a great question to ask someone to find a ton about them. Most people are going to say, I don't know. And so you got to kind of press them in order to get that answer. Or like, what do you actually care about the most? And then why do you care about it? So I guess that would be like a 2-part one question. Either one of those questions, you can probably find out a whole lot about someone, and more specifically find out about what they care about or what they're passionate about. And then from there, you can come in and cultivate that and really in turn get to know them. Coach, we won a realm game. That's it. I'm done. See you guys. Anyways, like I always say, if you got a question regarding Stash, Acorns, Robinhood, M1 Finance, as well as general investing, business, Etsy, coaching, and basketball, post those questions down below. Please don't forget to subscribe right up here. Check out these 2 videos right here and the link. And as always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.